Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. I have been awake. Well, it's 9:36 now, but I've been awake since 7. Actually, 10 to 7 when the alarm, just before the alarm went off. And I've just been in bed, identifying bird calls that I have heard through my bedroom window. I have been playing YouTube videos to sort of help me identify the bird call. See what I could hear out there, and I was listening for the chiff chaff, which my sister said she heard in one of my videos the other day. And it's not one of the birds I've seen stop at the bird feeder, so I'm surprised she heard it. But yes, I think I heard it this morning actually. I'm pretty certain I heard it this morning. It's got a very distinct call. It's not very tuneful. It's just more of a shout. So that's how I've spent my morning. But I ought to get up and do a bit of dusting. Fancied another cup of tea. Kenzie bought me a nice cup of tea this morning. So we do need to go for a walk today because we haven't gone for a walk for the last 2 days. Not a proper walk. I mean, Lee and I had a quick poop around, did a loop of the village yesterday. It's really not very far because it's such a tiny village. I think Brendan wants to make some crisps, homemade crisps, chips to you Americans. So we're going to pop to the village shop and buy a bag of potatoes if they have any. I've got that puzzle to work on. That'll keep me busy. Yes, a few things to keep us occupied. Hopefully the boys will play a couple of board games with me at some point today. Right, a cup of tea I think. Always got to start hard work with a cup of tea. A few things I need to do. So I've had to write a list again. I haven't written a list in weeks, mainly because I run out of things on my list. Okay, so those are the other things I need to do today. Might be firing up the laptop at some point. So that block is in there. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but I think I'm going to put these caps on just to make it more secure. I mean, there's not a lot I can do about it there. But if I put the caps on the wood in the right spot, that will Gives something for those to go into, less likely for them to slip out. And the door's going to hold, even if that moves slightly, which it's not going to at the moment, I don't think, because it's nicely wedged. Yeah, I can put those on. Now let's see what it's like when I... Oh. Right, let's move those. Let's see what it's like when I do that. The good thing is it's slightly raised, so it will go over the lip. Okay, so it's not going to ping off the minute it's undone, which is good. Right, let's put those clips in. Typically right into a knot. Not good. Where I wish I had an electric screwdriver. We did have one, but it broke. It's going in at an angle. Right, next one. There we go. That's now fitted. Nice and strong. Working a bit on my puzzle. I'm currently working on this sort of windy thing that goes around the tree and comes up past here, and this tree trunk here that goes up through the middle of the picture. So let me show you. This windy thing here and this tree trunk here is what I'm trying to work on. And obviously anything else that jumps out at me and goes, oh look, I know where that goes. When the boys are slightly more ready, which they are just doing, we're going to go for our walk, because it's nearly 11 and it's only going to get hotter. And we need to pop to the shop for a couple of bits. So I figured if we go for our walk earlier, it won't be as hot. That doesn't go there. It wouldn't be as hot, is my logic. So we'll see how that works out. I'm sure this must go down the bottom somewhere. Maybe it goes up here. Oh, not convinced. No, not convinced.
I was going to buy some cool LED glasses which for the, if I get 200 miles. When I saw the price, it was like £45. I said, no, I'm not paying £45 for LED.
What's good about LED glasses?
You can still see through them, but the lenses, they display cool, like, digital images.
Oh, what, you
So
see
you
them or other people?
It will say it across like that.
Oh, okay, so other people get to see it?
Yeah.
What have I done? I have been busy chopping things off my list. So I have achieved fitting stairgate. Brendan has watered the vegetables. They're doing so well. Look how huge those are. We've been for a short walk. Well, actually went for our big loop and then worked out that the footpath has been closed off. It was never really a footpath, but the farmers never had an issue with anybody walking down there. I said to several people in the village, no, it's fine, people can walk through there, it's fine. But there's now farm equipment in front of it, and it says a big sign, this is not a footpath. So either he's had a change of heart because more people are using it, although somebody has said they think the barn has been sold now for housing. So someone's going to build a house on the top there. So it could just be that the new owners have decided, well, I'm not having people walking through here. So we can't do our big loop anymore. It takes us up onto the top of that hill and down the track, which is a shame because that was a good loop. So I had to put it on our little group, sort of mums group in the village from school, because I know a lot of mums go up there with their little ones because it's a good route for the little ones on their bikes and it's a good route for buggies. So yes, that's going to be sadly missed indeed. What else have I done? I have rung up the garage waiting to hear back from them because they haven't got back to me about that part for Spog. Left a message with them, really garbled message because I couldn't actually remember what Spog was other than a Renault van. Ditzy. I'm going to make butterfly cakes in a minute. I think some people, Brendan just said, don't people call those fairy cakes? They might do. I've always called them butterfly cakes. My nan called them butterfly cakes, where they have the bit of cake on the top that's like butterfly wings. I'm going to make those in a bit. I fancy them. I just haven't made them in years. Not with the wings on the top. I've made cakes, you know, little cupcakey things, but not with the wings on the top. So yeah, I've taken the butter out to soften a bit, and we'll make those in a bit. I'm going to do some more puzzle, drink the tea Brendan's just made me. Oh, and I've filled out the grant for the PPE money. Yeah. And another questionnaire they wanted me to. I'm getting so many questionnaires and bits and what have you from county saying, are we opening, are we not opening, is there anything we need? It's all very helpful stuff, but it's like they want to know numbers of things, and it's all like, wah. So yeah, I've still got one bit of paperworky stuff to do. But really, I need to have the laptop open, but that's not really something I want to try and do on my phone because it'll just take a lot of staring at the screen, and it's not so easy to make notes on your phone and to change documents on your phone as it is on the laptop. But for now, I'm going to drink tea, drink water as well because it's very hot, and do some more of this puzzle. I don't know if you can see that baby there being very noisy. Oh. It's been very noisy in the garden for most of the morning. These are the robins that were helping us clean the caravan that day. And this is the baby they were feeding. Here he is. Very cute. Okay, let's get on with this. Going to make some little fairy cakes, or as I like to call them, butterfly cakes, because they look like butterflies. Right. I'm just going to use a Victoria sponge recipe because it makes a nice sponge cake. It's nice and simple. I've had a shower. I've had a shower, so I feel nice and fresh. It's definitely sticky and sweaty after that walk. Sugar. So it's 200 grams of butter for a Victoria sponge cake. It's also 200 grams of caster sugar. Whoop, a little bit too much. That'll do. Good enough. Sugar. Then I have to cream it together. I do believe someone said you should actually use a metal spoon rather than a wooden spoon. I'm not quite sure why. Apparently that's what you're meant to do. I'm sure that's what they said. I can't even remember where I read it now. And then you're meant to fold in your flour rather than kind of mix it in. You're meant to fold it. I did leave this butter out for a few hours 2 hours, hour and a half, something like that, to soften a bit. What's the time? It's only 2:30, my goodness. Only 2:30. Did get up early though, or I've been awake a long time. The boys are not really doing much, being quite lazy. I've got Brendan to strip off his bed so I can put some washing on. I had a white load and his bedding needed to go in because he hasn't changed it for probably 2 weeks. Yeah. Right, chop, 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 chop. I'll come back to this when it's a bit creamier. Okay. 1 egg. You need 4 eggs for this. It's quite egg heavy. 2. 1, 2. Ugh, a bit of shell went in there. 3. 4. Have another cup, my dear. Thanks. Mix, mix, mix. Oh, Kenzie, can you take these eggshells out, please? A couple of drops of orange essence. There's some eggshells there. Thank you, lovely boy. Right, and then fold in my flour. Now I'm a bit rubbish because I substitute normal flour for gluten-free flour without adding any extra stuff. I don't think it matters too much for cakes, but biscuits and stuff, it does. I'm just going to kind of fold that in. Time to put them in some cake cases. It's nearly 3 o'clock and I'm having these gluten-free cracker things with some big chunks of cheese and cucumber on. While I do my puzzle, I seem to have got 2 glasses of water. I've got to keep an ear out for the alarm going off for the cakes having cooked. They're not going to be butterfly cakes because I neglected to notice that I was using plain flour and not self-raising flour. So they are like little tiny little things like that. They still taste good. They're just tiny little things. Oops. Yeah, they don't rise if you don't use self-raising flour. Oh well, that's fine. They're still cute and they're still tasty. So I've got some frosting to put on. I've turned them into double tier cakes. The small ones with lemon icing on top of the bigger ones with just plain frosting and some sprinkles chucked over the top. This jigsaw is frying my brain. It's hard. I get so excited when I find a piece to put in. I'm like, oh, it fits. But my goodness, it's hard. Randy pigeons. There's 3 of them. It's one of those sorts of situations. I can take that out of my garden. Not having any of that malarkey in my garden. Thank you. Stop fighting. Right, one of you out. You can't get along. One of you in. To start splitting you up constantly. I know. Frisky pigeons. Scrapping tortoises. It's too much. Right, I'm going to go upstairs. Actually, I'm going to make a cup of tea. Then I'm going to go upstairs. And I have no idea what we have planned for this evening, what fun viewing we have. We watched our ghosties yesterday, so probably no ghosties. And I've got another book that I'm reading because I've finished the Follyfoot one. So I've now got one, something to do with a theatre on Drury Lane, but I can't remember exactly what it's called. It's good so far. Anyway, that is it for this evening. That is it for the whole day. Tomorrow, I think I might pond dip in that pond. Because you saw in this video, there was some weird stuff in there. And I'd like to identify what is in there. So I think I'll get a bowl, scoop some out and get my Pond Life book out. and do a little bit of pond dipping. Can't do it with the kids, I can do it with me, but to be fair, next week I can do it with the kids. That'll be a fun thing to do with the kids. Right, take care you lovely lot. Look after yourselves. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.